Okay, sorry I'm a bit late setting my stream up. I completely forgot all about setting it up. So, good afternoon, folks. Hope everyone is well. Friday, last day of the week. It's not been a bad week. I did take a trade later. I'll tell you about that later. But I did take one. Just So, just looking up Bookmap. There is orders further up there at 95, which is a little bit and a few more up. So my gut feeling is this is probably going to continue up. Just make that a little larger. That's a bit better. So yeah, my apologies. I didn't start the stream till late. I thought I meant to come back later and do it, and I didn't in the end. Yeah, I was also tempted. There was a second entry short failure there. It never triggered, so I left it. But I actually kind of like that. I saw that. I looked at that. It's a bit congested, but then we pushed up and we came back. You got a bearish bar there, which triggered and pushed up. So my gut feeling is it was going to go up and test these highs. That's exactly what it did. So we've got some news coming up in just over 20 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on that. So that's pushed out the top there. So we've got all-time highs up here again. Let's just mark that so we can keep an eye on that. So let's just pop that there. Still waiting for a payment from Apex. It's taking its time. It's been 3 days today. Sometimes it can do that. I don't know why. So extend right, and we don't need to lock it. So let's see if there's something larger here. There may well be. Possibly. I like the way it's working along that midline. It's hard to say at the moment, but we've had 2 legs up there. I'm not sure about that at the moment. See, ordinarily I would put that from there, but we've pulled out, so I'm not super sure. I'm just going to leave that at the moment. I'm not a fan of that just yet. So I would say my first thoughts with that, and that looks like an overshoot. So I'd rather assume it's an overshoot. Let's see if we've got some more to look at. So we're at yesterday's open, or very close to it. Let's check everything's open as it should.
Order submitted.
Yeah.
Order cancelled.
Okay, so possible overshoot. There is a second entry along there, but that's way too far from that EMA. So if we get a failure here, I may have a go at this.
Order submitted.
No, that's not going to work, is it?
Order
I
cancelled.
just thought there's a second entry along. There's bound to be some bulge trap there. Even if I extend this, it's just too far from there for me. So, I mean, that may be valid, but I wouldn't expect that. It's quite sideways. It's hard to say, really. Could be there, or it could be there. Let's leave it like that, just for now. I wonder. So there's a possible spike in a channel. That doesn't look too bad to me. Sam, how you doing, pal? I like the way it runs nicely with that EMA. That's usually a good sign for me. Bear with me 1 second. great. How's the market today? Bearish, bullish. Well, it looks bullish at the moment. It started off a little bit of sideways. We had a drop. But yesterday, it was mainly bearish. We did have a little pullback. But at the moment, it's for some reason, every time I start my chart, it's dropping back to, it's saying 7. It may just be ranging at the moment. Depends what happens when we get up here. But we may have a couple of legs up, then it may come back down. It's hard to say, really. My guess yesterday, yeah, happy Friday to you, bud. My guess yesterday was going to be pretty bearish. I was expecting to get a little lower. We only kind of came down here. So, little hammer, how you doing, bud? So it's hard to say at the moment. It does look like it's looking to test yesterday's highs and all-time highs, actually. It looks, that doesn't look too bad for me. I like the way it's bounced there. It's working along that midline quite well, I think. I could probably take it down a fraction. Yeah, you can see it's bouncing on top of that midline. It's bouncing, well, it's using it as resistance, so that may be okay. It's hard to say, really. But yeah, there are a couple of others looking at the same thing, so it's possible. So we are heading up to all-time highs and yesterday's highs. Keep it in mind, we've got this news coming up in just under 15 minutes, so we're going to keep an eye on that. So we have got some support around here. You can see it. So it may hold there. You can see there it's been resistance there. It's played 3 times that hit there. So that's interesting, actually. You can see it sitting on it there. So trouble is, it's only a first entry. You've got to get back here, really. So if we can get 2 little legs back here, we may get something. Who knows? Let's just I don't like having orders left open with this news pending. 10 minutes, 11 minutes away, so we've got enough time. But we have got orders up at 7. So 7 and 10, 750 and 10. So orders up here, 750 and higher. So trouble is, this is just a little channel, so Well, I didn't see that coming. Amazing, isn't it? Quick 10-point move down. Straight lines tattoo. Hey, bud, how you doing? Did I say hello? I think I did. How you doing, mate? So, news pending. 10 minutes. So, little channel with what looks like an overshoot. So let's see what happens. This thing looks bearish at the moment. Maybe it's just testing this area. Overnight highs would be there. Okay, so overnight highs here. So you can see there's a little bit of support and resistance there. So hopefully we may push up from here or close to it. So there are orders at 97.50, which is here, short orders. So it's hard to say, really. Unfortunately, the news is coming up in just over 8 minutes. So now, if it's going to bounce, this is where I expect it to happen. But this just looks like it's got other plans. So, yeah, I took a trade. I was just looking earlier where it was. It was here. Where was it? That was it, I think. Second entry, long, higher, low. I took it for 2.25 points, I think. 2.25 points, 725. Yeah, I think that was it. Leg up. Second entry, long, higher, low. It's got a little break. New low, higher, low. I think I got in right on the nail. I think I got 125. What's that? 2.25. 2.25 points. Yeah, 2.25 points. 2.5, something like that. Anyway, yeah, that's what I took. We had a leg down here. This looks like it was bottoming to me. And then we had the push above all this. And what I liked is there was a lower high there. So there's bound to be shorts trading that down. And we pushed down there. And we finished right at the highs. So you'd expect it to test that. And that's exactly what it did. So I got one in the end. So I think I've had a couple of trades this week. Not a huge amount, but I think I'm up 100, 200 and... I think I'm up about 250 per account. To be honest with you, if I can do 250 per account per week on average, I'm pleased with that. Now, I would consider that quite a quiet week. So that will give you $1,000 per account. If you've got 20 or 30 accounts, plenty of money to be earned. So you don't need to, hunt for hundreds of setups. We just need a couple of good ones, even 2 or 3 that work well. And if you catch ones that work well, I haven't lost a trade for about 3 weeks. I haven't taken a huge amount, but I've probably taken about 7 or 8 trades. But I definitely get a better win rate when I don't, when I wait. I mean, probably a few of them I've got out of, but did go on to win. I think there was 1, maybe 2 of them that wouldn't have done, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? I'll just in the middle of designing a trading journal at the moment on Excel. Kind of like the idea of setting something that works just for me. I like the idea of that. Okay, news coming up in 5 minutes. Now we've got a channel with a break and a new low. As I mentioned earlier, if we were going to find a bounce, this is where we'd find it. And look at that. It's bounced twice there. Now it may come down or it may continue. It's hard to say, but we have bounced there. So channel break, new low. Let's see what happens here. Unfortunately, we got the news coming in 4.5 minutes. So even if we got a setup here, we may have to miss it. So there's going to be liquidity there. So 2 legs down, that will be a second entry long. The bar's not fantastic, too close to the news, unfortunately. But there is liquidity down here, so okay, channel break, 2 pushes to a new low, bullish bar. Now it does look like it's finding some support there. Just need this news to come and go quick. So I'm looking at orders at 90, so this thing may come down a bit lower. There is liquidity here, see, so I'd like it to, as I say, there's orders at 90, which is 2 ticks below that. It might be 90 and a quarter, it's hard to say. So this may have a little drop, which if it does, it's a good thing because it gives us a little bit more time, leg down and leg down, to get this news out of the way. So are we finding a little bit of a range there, I wonder? Let's get rid of this. Don't need that there. So news coming up in just under 3 minutes. It's different for yours. Just reloaded. How many days of data? It shouldn't make a massive difference, but I think I've got 7 days on here. Yeah, so 7 days. Make sure that break at end of day is selected as well. Let me just, I'll reload mine again, see if it makes any difference. Okay, 2 minutes to the news, so flat is a good idea. Don't know why that does that. Does that make any different? I think mine are a bit different because I just looked at a trade a guy took there and I didn't have that bar I have now, so I think mine might look a bit better. I think it may have been mine that was out in that case. Okay, we've had the news. Oh no, we haven't. I thought that might have been the news then. Channel break new high. So it's had that bounce right at overnight highs. So I thought that was the news then. Obviously not. So channel break, new high, big bearish bar. Same now. Yeah, I noticed mine were a bit different there, so that's probably yeah, as well actually. Let's line those up a little bit. Okay, news 15 seconds. Let's get this out of the way and then we can carry on there. Okay, news. Not doing much, really. Oh, look at that. Didn't see that coming. Thought that was going to move up, to be honest. Mind you, it has cleared out any liquidity there, so... We are at the overnight highs again, so let's see if we get 2 legs down here. Okay, there is a higher low there, but as we've had a break, we haven't made a new low yet, so this may come down. So I'm not going to take that higher low. Now, it may well work, but I think this is risky. This is... it's a little bit congested there, and we're disconnected and reconnected. So there is a second entry short there. Trouble is, it's into support. I'd love to take that, but in fact, I'm going to get rid of this because I don't think it is a range. If you get a lower high, I'll have a go at this. It's very tempting that. It is a second entry short. I'm very tempted to take that. So I'm going to wait for the lower high. Trouble is, there is a lot of support and resistance around here, so you've got to be a bit careful. So the lower high is the safer option. There is a failure there as well, see, so if this is going to go higher, it's trapped shorts there. Now, my guess at the moment with this, more likely come down, but I'm not super confident. So there is a failure there. I don't know, actually, this thing's trying to come down. Trouble is, if you take a lot, there's always a possibility that this is turning in to a bigger down, to a bigger channel down. So this may come right down. But I want a lower high just in case this is going to try and push up. Now, it did take a bit of time, but I just prefer... See how there's support along there again. just confusing me a little bit, this. There's a lot of support around there. See if we get a lower high. So, how far did that come down? So if you went a tick below there, which is about there, you'd have got 2.5 points out of that so far. Now, there's bound to be liquidity there and there. So if you get a lower high, I may have a go at this. The trouble is, there's always a possibility that there's a little bit of a range forming here because there's a little bit of uncertainty. Yeah, are we going up or are we coming down? It's looking more like down to me, but I'm assuming this is a bigger channel down, but we are finding some support here. I think it is looking more down to me. So I'd rather 2 legs up or a triple test on here for a move down, which we may get if we're patient. Yeah, see, look at that 3000 chart there, channel down, 2 attempts to go higher. So that's good news. Maybe a failure on the 10,000 tick chart. See if this breaks above this a bit. Just going to get an order up here, just in case.
Order submitted.
2 legs up, channel down, 2 legs up. So that wouldn't have worked for me. That would be better. As a spiking channel. No, let me just get rid of this.
Order
It
cancelled.
shoots up and hit me. 3 strong bars there. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's about 9 points straight up there. It's a bit confusing, this is. This looks more like a range to me. Okay, Monday apparently. The markets are open normal hours. I think it's Columbus Day, isn't it? So perhaps it's not a big... I've been doing this for 4.5 years looking at these charts. You think I'd know these holidays by now, but you tend to get them out of the way, forget them, move on, don't you? So yeah, so I'll be trading as normal actually. So now this is interesting, looking at bookmap here. All I can see is orders at 800, which is above this. Well, it's around about these highs, not much further up. But then orders down here 790. So my guess is this looks to me like it's operating as a range. So if we can pick those orders up there, my gut feeling is this is probably going to come down. Keep keep an eye on that. That's interesting. So ideally, we want to get to 800 if we can, which is a channel break new high. So channel just crossed over and dropped. So there's the break. So maybe a second entry long push up. I wouldn't take a long here either, just in case. I don't like this anyway. It's a bit sideways. We're too far from that EMA really. So let's see if this comes down below there. Okay, struck that short there, but it didn't hit that, so it is a second entry long. It's just not much room to the highs, unfortunately. Something, not only that, it's stacked. If you look on the left chart, it's super stacked. So it's just too dangerous here, really. Very wicky at the top. I'd at least like to drop below there, really. There's no room to the highs, even if you take it tick above where it is. There's not even a point to the highs, really. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so that stopped that out. My guess is it would. Look at that. Just got in for a bearish move to 67.85. Down here, leg down, 2 attempts to push up. Yeah, you may get it. It's just, yeah. Good luck. That's a fair sized drop, isn't it, there? So what I will say is if you look at Bookmap, there are orders down here. You can see them down there. That one, I'm guessing, is maybe late 70s. You've got this one, this one, this one. So it does look like it's been sucked down a little bit. So you may be right. Gap fill. In fact, I think, have we still got a gap from a few days ago? Oh no, it got filled. Tell a lie. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. It got filled. Does look like it's coming down, doesn't it? Leg down, a couple of attempts to push higher. Yeah, this is looking bearish. I think you'd be good. Where is it? Where are you getting in? It fills it. Where are you going to? 785. You're there, aren't you? Oh, you're not far away. Oh, I'll be confident there. There's going to be a lot of liquidity down here, so you'd expect this to come down. So if I was to guess, there's my first leg. I would guess you're there now, anyway, aren't you? Near enough. You're a point or so away. Go on, drop your bugger. So that looks like a channel to me. Even if we get a break here, I'd still expect a new low, which will get you where you want to be. 85. Yeah, you're a tick off there now. In fact, you might have even hit that. Yeah, you'll be good there. There you go. Usually got to push through. Beautiful. Well done. Good on you. Now, go and buy yourself a nice bottle of scotch. Sit in a room by yourself and drink it. That's what I like doing. Sounds sad, doesn't it? I'm just going through watching House again, I am. Nice channel down there. So, leg and a leg. So we've got a move up and a leg and a leg. So it may still push up a bit. We're at all-time highs up here. But trouble is, if you just look day by day, it is just ranging, isn't it? We didn't quite hit the top. So is this going to work down? Maybe. So there is liquidity. Where's this liquidity I'd like to take? That's one of them. That one's already gone. There's liquidity there and there. So the trouble is, you could argue we've already had a break there. But on this chart, it looks okay. So what's done if he's had a break? I haven't on this side. It's a bit test this. That's okay. Is there something larger down? There may well be. I don't like the fact that we're missing that. See if we get a lower high here. It's hard to say. It does look like there's something down, doesn't there? It's hard to say, really. Let's put that there like that. That doesn't look too bad. Does that give us a spike in the channel? Maybe it does. Maybe. Maybe there is a spike in the channel. It's possible. Channel break new high. See if we get a second entry short here. Okay, so I've got orders up at 800. So is this thing going to go a bit higher, which is up here? Okay, on this chart, got a channel break new high. I'm just not sure about this. Have to be a lower high, the only way I can really get into that. Speedy, how you doing, my friend? Feeling like a beer. Good on you, mate. 7 points. That's nothing to be sniffed at. Good on you. Okay, so orders at 800. So, it's a tough one, that is. So those orders are at 800, which is right there, actually. Got a channel with a break and a new high. Trouble is, it could be ranging a bit there. That may be a breakout, so there's still a possibility of a little bit of a range. Maybe it isn't that. It's hard to say. Hard to say. See, looking at this 10,000 chart, 10,000 tick chart, should I say. Looks like a channel. There's the 3,000 tick chart. Looks like we're actually in a channel up. So it may be 6806 today's high. You never know. Well, if you look at the last few days, we're mainly just ranging. So as we've been up here, we certainly could continue down. Oh, excuse me. Now that's interesting. Channel break, new high, big bear bar. I'm just not sure at the moment whether this thing's going higher or lower. And as I'm not sure, I know sometimes if you get a small bar, sometimes it's worth a risk, but that's 13 ticks. May well come down, but just not 100% sure what I'm looking at. There is a possibility of a bigger channel, which means we could go higher. So I'm just sitting tight at the moment. Get rid of that channel. Works at the range, does it? Trouble is, if you like it as a range, I wouldn't want to take it that far from the top. So it's hard to say, really. So let's just put the channel back for there. So channel break, new high, break out the top. Maybe this is coming down. It's hard to say, really, but we have had a channel break, new high. We've had two legs up in a bearish bar. See, I'm seeing orders at 95, which is here. Orders at 95, which is there. So, see if this thing now goes. Oh, oopsie doopsie. See if this thing goes lower. Unfortunately, it's only a first entry. It's just gone a bit too far for a lower high, really. That's more like a channel with a break. There's orders above here and below here, so it's a little bit in the middle here. So I'm not 100% sure whether I think this thing's going up or coming down, in all honesty. So you've got to be a little bit careful. If you like that channel, a second entry short here might not be a bad option, but I've done this before, got into these trades, and it's done the complete opposite. So who knows? Let's have a look, see how everybody else has done today. Nuts it up a bit. Good on him. Let's have a look at there's Bart doing. Tell at the moment. Now there is a second entry long there, but it's just right in the middle of this. We've actually had a break and made a matching low, so I don't know whether I think this thing's going up or coming down. I'm really not sure at the moment. If that is one channel, then I'd expect it to go up, but I'm not convinced it is. So it may trigger here and come down. Well, it hasn't triggered actually, it's just coming down. See, I've got this as a channel with a break and a new high. There is a possibility that it is one big channel, but not super sure here. And if you're not sure, best thing to do is do nothing. It didn't trigger anyway. It never actually triggered that, so you couldn't have even taken the short there, and if you wanted to. And there's no room to the lows, really. Yeah, see, Marco's got it like that. That, to me, doesn't actually look that bad. I've played around with it. I didn't like the fact that it was missing this bit, but it visually looks okay. In which case, he's got the same as me trying to break new high, in which case you'd probably expect it to come down. So it doesn't look too bad to me, that. So I've added on, I've taken it off and I've added it on. So, but he's got it right from the top, hasn't he? Doesn't look that bad. We'll find out in a minute because there'll be a hell of a lot of liquidity there. 1, 2, 3. It's like a triple test. If we can get a failure here, I'd expect that to come down. So let me just
Order submitted.
order here. Channel 2 legs up. Second entry long, which is triggered. If it comes down below there, it'll lit a bunch of liquidity here and probably some down here. So I actually don't mind that. Let's see if it works. Doji anyway, I think.
Order cancelled.
My guess is channel break new high. If this is a channel, you'd expect it to come down. But I'm just not sure at the moment. Does look like it's coming down. I think there's going to be longs trapped there. Yeah, I've just seen someone here. It's taken a long there as well. I think long is wrong. It's below there. Yeah, you can see. I knew that was going to happen. That's why I was looking for a short. You got 3 lots of bull bars there, and look how quick that dropped. Channel down. Unfortunately, it was a doji, so I just couldn't get into it. But you'd have been in and out of that trade pretty quick. So I normally go for 3. So that would have gone straight down and within 3 or 4 seconds. Unfortunately, the bar didn't end right, so my gut feeling was coming down. I didn't think for a second it was going up, but when you get that, you do ask yourself the question, have I got in, looking at the wrong side? So you needed to sort of give that a wide berth, really, especially when the bar formed. It was an inside bar on here, so it's a big no-no. It's just unfortunate. So I think after this channel, maybe it is a channel, maybe it's going to come down. So let's just pop that like that. There may be a channel down. We'll see. Too congested for me. Yeah, if it was a bearish bar, what I like about it is if it was a bearish bar, you could almost guarantee that's going to get stopped out. It won't come down that close to that and not stop that out. And if it hits that, you've got a bullish bar here. You've got high or low potentially trapping there. I know it didn't trigger, but it may have done on someone else's chart. So it's just one of those things, isn't it? But if it got below there, I expected a decent push down. Exactly what we got. We had a quick 2-point drop. And you can see it eat through some stops. So if it was a bearish bar, I'd have taken it because it would have been a failure. So we pushed right the way back up. It broke above there, took out any possible liquidity there, and all of a sudden it's coming down now. So that's making me a bit nervous. I don't really want to get into this. This is getting a bit... I got feeling it was bearish. We dropped down, pushed straight up, and now we've come straight down. So this is just winding up and down a bit too. Not so good for me. Yeah, bar was no good here. It was bearish, but it's an inside bar. Although it did what it was supposed to. Fortunately. Oh, excuse me. So, 3,000 tick chart, channel break, new high. Failure there. It's probably another failure here, but it's hard to say at the moment. You'd want a nice lower high here, but this is just confusing me, these bigger bars here. So what I can see here, there is a few orders up here. It's not as high as the top of that bar. There's some up here, but there's a chunk down here. So my guess is this is probably going to find its way down. So there is orders around about 93, which is not as high as this bar. There's orders at 800, but that's right up here. This to me looks like it's likely. I kind of like this, so I think it's more likely going to test these lows. So let's have a look. We've pushed up, we've come down, we've had 2 legs up. Big bearish bar failure as well. The trouble is it's a bit congested now, so you've got to give it a little bit of a wide berth. I still think it's coming down, but just with the fact that it's congested here, you've got to leave it alone, I think. See that big bullish bar there pushed up? And then on this bar, triggered and come down. So you'd likely think it's going to take out those lows. Unfortunately, the bar's just... There's nothing you can do here, unfortunately. You'd need a decent a decent higher low, sorry. Okay, so that bar would have worked. Unfortunately for me, I didn't like this big bearish bar, big bullish bar, big bearish bar. It just makes me a bit nervous, that did, and it never triggered anyway, so uh, that bar there, that failure bar was quite weak. So when it came down, triggered that, I wasn't surprised it pushed back up and took that out. Just got into a short. Yeah, depending on where your stop is, I think this will come down to these lows. As I say, there are big orders around about the 85-ish, which are at these lows. So I'd expect it to. I'm guessing they are anyway, so 85 is there. So I'm looking this way, for instance, because as this thing's winding up there, there's some nice bars there. So if this gets down below there, it could have some strong pushes. So that, where I've got that order at 85, you can see it there. There's a failure there. So there'd have been buyer stops there. And there as well, and possibly down here. So if it gets below here, my guess is it's going to take out these levels, and then maybe at the open, we'll see. But I think this will come down. Whether it comes down in one foul swoop or has a few more pullbacks, I'm not sure. But I do believe this will come down and get rid of this and a lot of this. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I can't help yawning at the moment. I'm going to have to go and make myself a coffee in a minute. My apologies. Nothing worse than sitting someone's hearing yawning. Okay, so we got Uncle Max here. So, yeah, he hasn't got anything marked. It's a bit confusing. He's got that with the break and a new high. I think that's pretty much what we've had, isn't it? Yeah, so he's got that from there, I think, which still doesn't give us the break. Where's he got it from? Trouble is, he's cutting half those bars off to get the break. That doesn't kind of make sense. Goes up there. He's cut a bar off here, see, to give us the break. But it fits kind of nice. So I don't know. Maybe it is. I sometimes don't understand is the way he reads them, but you've obviously been doing this a lot of years, so you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do wonder whether it may be something like that. That actually doesn't look too bad. So we got this push up with the break. Not sure what we're doing here. Maybe it is something like that. It's hard to say. That gives us the break anyway. Yeah, it's irrelevant now anyway. It's come and gone, isn't it? But okay, so now have we got something larger here? We may have. Let's. I'm going to get rid of this for now. Wrong one. I'm not so sure. How long have I been going for? An hour and 12 minutes. Okay, I'm yawning like mad here for some reason, so I'm just going to go and make myself a quick coffee. So I'm just going to put that on there. So I'll be 3 to 4 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, so what is going on here? I don't know, to be honest with you. Calibrate new high, lower high, triggered. Yeah, it's hard to know at the moment what this thing's doing. We push it back up. I don't know. I've got no idea. So look at that 10,000 tick chart. Channel down 2 legs up. That big bullish bar is triggered with that bearish bar. Possible failure. I don't know if I'd want to go short at the moment. Mind you, it is reacting to this line, isn't it? But just not 100% sure at the moment. Channel break new high. Try go once. There is a failure there, and there is a bull bar trap. It's just I'm just not sure about it at the moment. That's a little bit higher, see. Trouble is, as we've had that 2 legs back, we could push out the top. Yeah, I'm not sure at the moment. I'm just leaving alone, I think. There is a possible failure there. Trouble is, it's a little bit stacked, so it may do the dirty on you. So just leaving alone here, depending on whether this is the top. It's hard to know where it's going to go. Mind you, there is orders at 02, so that may work. But there are a few at 800, 97.50. So best off just leaving it, I think. Woof! Look at that thing. Wow. What the hell's caused that? Bloody hell. What the hell's caused that? Something's happened. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 20. Frigging Fridays, what the hell's happened? There's some major news event. Something's happened somewhere because all orders have been yanked. My God. It's not often you see that. That's a major news event caused that. So the failure worked. That's for certain. Something's happened somewhere. Bookmap's gone black. Look at that. All those orders have either been liquidated or, well, orders have been yanked. You can see them. Not sure what's caused that. Not often you see that. Someone said Trump speaking. That's strange, isn't it? Lower high triple test. I'm going to say the failure worked. It worked rather well, didn't it? Unfortunately, this is when you want a really big move, but it just doesn't work. Oh, you are kidding me. Okay. So Thomas Wade took the failure. Risk 1 is made 10. That's a bit. He only took 2 points. Trouble is, you never know this is going to happen. You just hope if you're on the right side of it. Trouble is, when it moves that quick, sometimes it doesn't trigger your stop. Sorry, I think it usually triggers your stop. I took a trade once into news purely by accident, and I think I had a 2 points, and I think it took me out for 5 points in the end. So, this looks like it's going to continue down to me. Because we're pulling back, making a new low, pulling back, making a new, pulling back. US President Donald Trump says we'll be forced to financially counter China's recent moves. Nothing's coming up with. No, I just had a quick search. I can't see nothing. But, you know, there's a lot of those orders again yanked. It's weird that, isn't it? It's not often you see that. I mean, we do get big drops, but not often just out the blue. Trouble is, you've got to be careful now because that ATR's high, so these bars are a lot higher, so your risk can get bigger. Is it going to continue down? We had that move. Often we'll recover it, but this doesn't look like it's recovering. This looks like it's continuing down. Greg H. Trump, trade on Truth Social. I did look at that. The failure. Trouble is, this is kind of a range, isn't it? So where's the top? Where's it going to turn? Is it going to turn there? Or is it going to trigger here and push up? So I left it alone. Would have worked quick. So this to me looks like it may continue down. Now it's pushing down at a fair roll rates or not. So I'd like to see a bit of a correction at some point. And then maybe it continues down, but it is working in a channel, so we can trade it. The only trouble is ATR's at 6.5 nearly at the moment, so it does make your risk. Does make that risking a bit higher. So I'd like to see a bit of a correction. And here we go. Trouble is, look at that, 35 ticks. If you get that wrong, you're screwed. It's about 9 points, that bar, and 8 or 9 points. There you go, and you're out. Or out, or are you? Yeah, by a tick. That's frustrating. It's triggered that bull bar there. How big a correction do you want after that? A bit more than just that. Okay, it's come down and tricked that. So it triggered that bull bar, came down, stopped it out. Are we going to get a second little leg, or is this going to just continue to drop? Yeah, 7 points. It's a lot on it. You don't want to get that wrong, do you? That's heartbreaking. There is a second entry short there. Trouble is, it's a bit sideways then, isn't it? And you don't want to be taking risks with bars that size, because if it does go wrong, that's really going to ruin your day and quite likely your weekend. I still think the way this is pushing down, I still think this is going to continue down. This is relatively bad news. So after a correction, it's not rocketing up. So I think this is probably going to continue down. Trouble is, you got a bear bar there, which is triggered. Where's this going? Quite likely above there. As I say, I'd like to see two little legs. This to me doesn't look like it's going to recover. Sometimes, when we get these news, it recovers. But this is push down, pull back, push down, pull back. It's wow. There's a kind of a nice looking second. Well, it hasn't finished. So do you know what? This could be a triple test. Trouble is, you don't want to get it wrong. If it works, fantastic. But if just adjusted my profit thing at the moment. If I do get something, I want a bit more out of it. Triple test there. Wow. Straight in, straight out. We got a lower high. So 2 legs up that I expected. Let's see if we get a lower high here. So 1, 2, 3 triple test worked nice. That. I was waiting for the lower high though, a bit safer. little bit congested there, so it may pop up and sting you. And that's exactly what it's done. There's a failure there. Trouble is 23 ticks. Not for me. It did work. So that triple test would have given you some nice profit if you had the nerve to run that down. Look at that. 18 points. So I'm guessing this may now start to continue down. I won't be surprised if we have a second leg down here. This is acting like really negative news. More tariffs on China. Look at that. We just what is this? The recovery now, is it? That triple test worked nice, didn't it? Just trouble is, could really ruin your weekend if you get it wrong. It does seem like a little channel with a break. Is this the recovery? I'll be surprised if we get a recovery this early, because after this, usually it'll recover from this, but it started to act like a really strong downtrend, but that can't carry on forever, can it? So you kind of expect it to find some other level and then maybe start to work down there. So you may argue there's already had a break there and a new high. That ATR isn't getting any lower, is it? It's actually creeping up a touch. Trouble is, when we're seeing these really big moves, I've done it in the past, you get a bit too excited and think, oh, you could get a decent move here, and you get stung, and before you know it, you're in, you're out, and you're down £400, £500, £600 per, or dollars per account. So you've got to be super careful. Okay, so a little range, maybe a breakout that's failed. Or is this a recovery? I don't think this isn't acting like it's going to recover quick. This is quite negative news, so I would expect it to find some level and then continue down. Maybe not as quite as steep as that. Can't sustain that for long, can it really? I mean, we've come down 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 points down really quick. So we got a channel down with a break. Yeah, bookmap. It's odd. We got all these there, and all of a sudden everything dies, and the thing just takes a drop. Interesting. Trouble is, Trump's going to make himself not very popular doing stuff like this. Ordinarily seen, unless it was some sort of emergency news, we know beforehand. These news events, we know beforehand for this obvious reason, because it just gets people into financial. If you was in a long trade there or whatever, and you didn't have a stop, you could be in all sorts of trouble before you manage to get out of a trade. So Trump's got a habit of doing this, isn't he? Which it's a bit frustrating. It certainly is if you're in a trade. With finding this push up a little bit sideways, there have been traders, in longs expecting to sort of push up and hit new highs. So he shouldn't do this because he's not going to be very popular. So there is a lower high there, but the trouble is it's a bit congested, still bouncing around a bit. So this is where you don't really want to make mistakes. Always going to be the consumer, isn't it? The businesses can't afford to pay for it. Mind you, I'm not saying consumers. It's always the consumers. The businesses have to pass it on, otherwise there's no businesses. So, he kind of does it for the people, I suppose, but really, ultimately, it's it's everyday Joe public that end up paying the price. Okay, this doesn't look to me like it's pushing up. We've had 3 attempts to push higher, so trouble is, we can't guess this. You've got to get it right. And yeah, there is a second entry long off there, but my gut feeling is we haven't seen the last of this downward stuff. So we have a move up to attempts to push lower. So much FOMO right now, yeah. In the past, I'd have tried to get in on some of this, but in all fairness, because it's flapping around, you've got to be really careful. So easy to misjudge it, and when it does, it's going to cost you twice the normal price. So I'm a little bit careful now. I used to get that excited feeling when we had something, you know, when the market was moving quick. But the impulsive side of it, there is that impulsive bit that you get with trading. I used to get it all the time. I don't so much now. I used to love getting to the charts. I used to have that little tingle in my belly. Now it just feels like a normal job, which is a good thing. So clearly had to break the lows. My guess is we're going to get a correction and this may continue down. But this is working like bad news. So we are generally ranging where we were. We've dropped well below the rest of this. It's that strip club feeling. Yeah, no, nothing was as good as that. Especially when you've never been there before. But yeah, I know what you mean. You get that little spark in your pencil, don't you? So, channel down. Let's see. Are we going to test this and then come down some more? So, we actually did break the lows there, but there is a second entry short there. Trouble is, this could be a little channel, so I'm sticking out of this. Doesn't look like two legs up to me. That looks like one leg up. And I'd like to see that push a little higher if it's going to continue down. If this is going to continue down, excuse me just a sec. Sorry about that. My daughter. Yeah, the bar was no good anyway, so this is coming down too steep. Sorry, KQ, keeping profit corner today. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. I don't think I'll be far behind you. You don't want bad news on a Friday, do you? You don't want a bad day on a Friday. It's got a habit of ruining your weekend. Normal losing day is okay, but an exceptionally high one. What I will say is orders are coming in here at the moment. But look at that. Look at the size of those aggressive buyers and sellers. Look, 9-10 million. It's rarely that big. So there's a lot of traders. You'd probably say institutions. Mind you, have a good drop down like that. I suppose, you know, the thing about the S&P is recovers so quick. So good place to get, you know, 10, 20, 30, tell a lie, 20, 40, 60, 80. We're down nearly 100 points. You know, when this thing does recover, there's definitely some profit there, taking it back up to an all-time highs, isn't there? This thing looks like it's coming down steep again, which surprises me. So this news doesn't look like it's over, really, does it? It's quite negative. So we need a little second entry there, don't we? Trouble is, if you know what you're doing, you can really capitalize here, can't you? But if you don't, you can get crucified. Definitely doesn't look like it's over, does it? Or we could end up maybe having a spike in channel, which should take it down a little bit less aggressive. Another leg down. We certainly could, mate. Have to get back to that one. Bound to be some bottom feed, isn't there? Is it really? Yep, I think we're definitely looking at another leg, aren't we? Still got to be careful getting in because we may get a break, but look how well this is following this. Trouble is, I've done this before. You see a bearish bar, then you jump in. It's the one time it decides to trigger you and stop you out. We don't want that. Well, I will say, if Thomas Wade's still in his runner, he's going to have a good day, is he? I wonder if he is or not. I think he's probably come out of it, hasn't he? Oh, did he say 10 points? I bet he's kicking himself now, isn't he? So if he got into that as his runner from that failure, he got out at 10 points. I bet he's kicking himself now. I mean, even in just that first move, even if you'd have followed down these swings to there, you'd have got 67. That's not something you get every day as a runner, is it? Okay, so this looks like it's branching out a little bit. Yeah, when we had these pullbacks, you could kind of tell this just wasn't gonna recover quick. Trouble is, when you get such a big move down, if you do get a correction, it's often quite a large one. It's very easy to take a small second entry short, which turns into a really large correction. Thing is, it's that bearish. Every time it hits that EMA, it's just dropping. Trouble is, with us trading and putting you stop one tick above a signal bar, one tick is such a small amount when the market's doing this, and it's so easy to get stopped out before you've even really worked out what's going on. So I'm looking at areas like this where I'd probably expect it to turn. Thomas Wade's got that big channel that I just put in. So we may have already had a break here. Channel break new high. Lower high there, but look at that. It's 29 points. 29 ticks. That's just too much, is it? If that triggers you, stops you out, your weekend is screwed. So we had the same here. We had two legs up, a breakout, a triple test, and then a drop. So is this going to... It's going down really steep, isn't it? I mean, just that quick move down there is 20 points. That's unreal. I mean, you can make yourself some great profits if you can get in at the right time, but... I mean, a great time to do evaluations today. Very tempted to pick myself a couple of. I mean, you've got to get 6 points in an evaluation. 6 points, trading 10 contracts. There you go. 2/3 of that bar and you're in and out. I mean, if you trade in the NQ, you're looking at about that. I'm going to pick myself up a couple of valuations, I am. Really easy to pass them when it's moving like this, so... It's a pain in the arse having to put password thing in. Pass them really quick here. Not password, authenticator. I'm going to pick myself up 3, I am. Confirm, come on. Do it. It's taking a bit of time, actually. I wonder if there's quite a few people doing it. Three of them. Okay, one's in. Yeah, I'm going to halt my Tradeify ones at the moment. This is just too big for those, so let's just bin the Tradeify ones. Let's see if I can't mess up a few. This looks like it's coming down in an angle, so let's just take that one. 10 contracts, custom. 6 ticks it needs to be, doesn't it? 628. Go for 29. Whack that up there somehow. Just check this is working.
Order submitted.
Just one. Okay. I'd have been tempted to do that, and that would have worked. Okay, buyers there. I wouldn't want to buy there.
Order
Trying to
filled.
do that. 3,500. No, we need to do. That's one gone.
Order cancelled.
Okay, that's fine. It's going to happen. They're going to be quick, I will say that. What's the second one? 229.
Order filled.
Oh, no. That went above the 3,000, that did. Come down. Is that going up here? What's the other one? Second one is 229. 229. Oh no, that's what I'm in. My mistake. 228. Is this going to push up or come down?
Order submitted.
Push up, isn't it? 228. Hold on a minute.
Order cancelled.
It's the trouble, you can get through them really quick. There's one more. 1230. That one.
Order filled.
Looks like we're coming up for a second leg. I don't mind getting a 1 in hit rate up. Come on, push up. Come on, at least give me one. There's some liquidity up there. Come on. Oh, a bit more, a bit more. I might have to take a bit of profit here. This might turn. Come on, give me one at least. Come on, give me one. Come on, get up, get up, get up. There's liquidity up there. Come on. Oh, no. Come on, at least give me one of them. Oh, you tosspot. Push, you bugger. Push, push, push. There we go. Come on, stop that red one out. Don't you dare stop. Come on, get up. Up, 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 up. Shouldn't trade them like this, really. I hate trading the valuations. There's a bearish bar here. It's got to push up and stop it out. You bastard.
Order filled.
Unbelievable. 3 down. Oh, cheaper valuations, because it's moving pretty quick. I'm just taking evaluations. I'm not trading my PA accounts. Don't worry. It's just evaluations. I'm surprised it went so quick. Oh, well. What time is it? Yeah, it's just evaluations. I might have a couple more I usually have a 1 in 3 hit rate. I thought that would be a bit easier. Because they're moving quite quick. A lot of the times you can win quick, but just going to have 2 more. That'll do. Push up then. Oh, well. Yeah, so there's quite a few people picking up evaluations, which is why it's slow. Struggling to log in now. Definitely people taking evaluations, isn't there? I'm just not trading my PA accounts when it's like this. I mean, the ATR is nearly 6. I might get a 5 contract, really. The trouble is, you can win quick, but you can get out so quick. I wasn't far off then. I was about 5 or 6 ticks. 5 or 6 ticks off there. I hate evaluations, I really do. Yeah, I just like to get them done and pass quick. I wouldn't suggest trading all the hell. No. I wouldn't suggest trading like this all the time. It's only because things are moving quite quick and you can get in and out and get them to pay. But I've just lost 3 in a row. Whereas they're $35 and they're relatively cheap, which is about £25 English. So I have just waiting for a $2,750. So I did say I'm keeping 10% to put back in. So 3 of these, that will be $160. I get $2,700. So I pass one of these or a couple of these with a fee. That'll kind of get me to where I don't mind being. I'm just not trading my my PA accounts like this. Just too much at the moment. The ATR's too high. Doesn't look like we're ranging again. So if we can get one of these PAs to cut in quick, sorry, these evals to cut in quick, we may get something at the top. Okay. Disconnect. Connect. So.
Order submitted.
I'm going to put that order there.
Order filled.
Okay, see if this drops. May go up now, typical. 2 legs up. Come on, push down. I got it wrong.
Order filled.
Okay, last one, and I am done. Passed one on that fairly, did you? Last one.
Order filled.
Let's see if it works. Come on, I've got to get one. There we go. Come on. Don't you dare. That's bearish bar. That's good. When you get a bearish bar and a channel up, usually it'll push up. Come on. Okay. Let's get something out of it.
Target filled.
Okay. So, what do I need now? As long as I get one out here, I'm okay with that. 2,147. So I've got to get about $800.
Order filled.
Don't even need that. Come on, push up. Don't you dare. Come on, let's just have one. Oh my God, I don't believe it. Come on. I don't believe it. Oh my God. I thought I was going to push up and take that stop out. I thought that was ideal. Oh, I'm shit at this.
Order
oh my
filled.
God, absolutely crap. 5 of them down the drain. Oh, that's it. I'm done for the day. Bloody useless. Oh, a little pullback. I thought that was ideal just to stop that out. 5 down the ship pan. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys to it. So, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to leave you guys to it. So, have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday. So it's not been a bad week, actually, my PAs. I am waiting for a payment for from Apex, hopefully soon. And I'll let you guys know when it happens. So I'll leave you to it. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll catch up on Monday. Bye for now.